Everything is working. You're hot, she's ready, and then you're going to put it in and it's all gone. Not fading, gone in about 3 seconds. Here's what I want you to understand straight away, because it changes how you approach the whole thing. That is not an erectile problem. That is a 3-second gap in a stimulation happening at the exact moment your body is doing something else. You didn't fail. You interrupted the supply. And because it's mechanical, the fix is mechanical too. I'm going to give you a 5-step protocol you can use tonight, and for a lot of men, this can change on a first or second attempt. Let me show you exactly what's going on in those 3 seconds, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. 3 things happen simultaneously. First, the stimulation stops. Up until that point, you have continuous physical contact. Now, there's a pause while you move. An erection is maintained by ongoing input, not by willpower, and the input just stopped. Second, your posture changes. You go from lying or leaning to bearing weight, usually on your arms or knees. That recruits your core, your hip, and the muscle groups that supports erection. Those muscles support an erection when they work rhythmically. When they lock into a hold to stabilize your body weight, they restrict rather than support. Third, your brain switches job. It's going from receiving a sensation to executing a task, aiming, positioning, getting it right. The moment your attention moves to execution, the sensory input that maintained the erection loses its source. Stimulation gone. Muscles locked. Attention gone. All in 3 seconds. Nothing about that is blood flow problem. That's a sequencing problem. And sequencing is fixable. If you want to check whether this is your primary pattern or whether something else is driving it, my vitality check quiz in the description take about a minute. Free and link below. Then come back here because the protocol is next. I call this the bridge because you're building a bridge across the gap instead of jumping it. Step 1, never break contact. This is the single most important one. During the entire transition, physical stimulation continues. Your hand or hairs stays on you from the moment you start moving until the moment you're in. Not a light touch, actual continuous stimulation. Most men let go of everything to reposition because both hands go down to hold the weight. That's the gap. Keep one hand free or ask her to take over. Decide that in advance rather than in the moment. Step 2, move before the peak, not at it. Most men wait until they are at maximum hardness and maximum arousal. Then they move fast because they're worried about losing it. That urgency is what creates the rush transition. Move earlier at about 80%. You have more margin and you're not racing. Step 3, choose a position that doesn't demand your body weight. If you're on your arms, you're holding a plank while you're trying to relax. Those 2 things fight each other. Kneeling with your weight through your legs, lying, or hair on top, all take the load off. If this is your pattern, stop starting on top. You can move there later once you're established. Step 4, breathe out as you enter. Almost every man holds his breath at this moment. Holding your breath locks down your whole abdomen and your pelvis at exactly the wrong time. Long, slow exhale through the enter itself. It sounds small. It's the difference between a system that's braced and the one that's open. Step 5, stay still for the first 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. This is the one men resist most. Once you are in, don't start moving. Stay completely still and let these sensations register. Your body needs a few seconds to reestablish the input it just lost. If you start thrusting immediately, you are demanding output from a system that hasn't received anything yet. 10 seconds to 30 seconds still, then move. One more rule, because this is where men lose the whole night. If it drops during transition, don't check and don't start from the beginning. Go back to whatever was working 30 seconds earlier and stay there for a minute or 2 with no plan to try again immediately. the erection comes back much faster than you expect as long as you're not monitoring it. The checking is what keeps it down, not the drop. I had a client earlier this year, about 50, and this had been happening for him about 8 months. He had been given tablet and they hadn't touched it, which had frightened him more than the original problem. Of course, they hadn't touched it. Tablets improve blood flow. He had a 3-second gap. Every single time, he would let go with both hands, push up onto his arms, hold his breath, and go straight into moving. We changed 4 things. Hands stay on, move earlier, take the weight off his arms, and exhale on entry. It worked the first night. He rang me a week later to check if it was real. The bridge fixes the mechanics. What keeps it fixed is everything around it. The state your nervous system is in before you start, and the pressure sitting between you two. The Heart Rate Masterclass put all 3 things together, free, in about 20 minutes, and it gives you the full picture rather than one protocol at a time. Linked below, or you can just click up here. I'll see you there.